Bene, buon pomeriggio.
Good afternoon, everybody. I wish to thank you all for being here and participating at the presentation of the Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World. It's not just an event, a culinary event for us. Food and cuisine, and of course all the products from our agriculture, represent a very important thing for all of us. As a Minister of Foreign Affairs, but also for international commerce and cooperation, I consider our products of high quality as an instrument of our economic growth for the promotion of our food model, cultural model. Therefore, I wish to thank the Minister Lollobrigida of Agriculture, Food Sovereignty and Forestry for being here as well, to demonstrate that our government is working with high synergy. We don't want to deal with locked problems, because the vision of Italy we have is within our government action for the protection of the interests of all our country and citizens. Food is also a cultural model. We defend the Mediterranean diet because it's part of our identity. The Mediterranean diet means health. As many persons, many experts, doctors, physicians say, even if somebody of them tells us that wine is not so good for our health, we can say that the Mediterranean diet is absolutely very good. But we are also certain that the international market, attributing a lot of importance to the Italian cuisine, can also attribute the same importance to the real, true Italian products. We launch an event even for this, thanks to the participation of the United States. We had very good results, which allowed us to deblock recently some products of the Tuscan food industry, and also from the Umbria region as well, towards the United States. So we can say that the bad, negative season is over. We could therefore sign some other good agreements with China, since we have very high quality products for many numerous sectors. As a Minister of Foreign Affairs, I consider that the real economy and the cuisine can work together, because cuisine is a part of our economy, and therefore, since it's also part of our agriculture, is part of the economy producing well-being. In all the Italian embassies, we are going to organize, as usual, the promotion of our cuisine. We produced some videos, and we translated a book on the history of the Italian cuisine together with the Academy of the Italian Cuisine. We want to promote the wine and the extra virgin olive oil in Africa together with Gambero Rosso. For this occasion, I wish to thank the Italian Chefs Federation here, who has highlighted some recipes and ingredients of the Mediterranean cuisine in Asia. So thank you also for all the international guests which are here, attracted by our cuisine. But we don't want only to export our products abroad, we also wish that many tourists can taste our way of cooking in our own country. There is a specific program for this, managed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Tourism at the Roots, addressed to all the Italians living abroad. We speak about 7 million people, Italians living abroad. We speak about many Italian people with an Italian DNA, and we want, therefore, all these Italians to come back as tourists in our country to rediscover the places of their origins, of their families, of their ancestors. Therefore, I believe that this is a way to discover how all these people were used to eat, their ancestors were eating. Therefore, for us, being at table, and here I'm addressing to my international guests, being at table for us is a way to spend time together in a moment, in an era when we dedicate too much to follow mobile phones, when we speak less and less. And therefore, for us, being at table together is a way to confront and to open up and communicate, to meet new friends from other countries and open up with them a new dialogue. Welcoming all these foreign friends is important, and therefore, as Italians, we do this by inviting foreign friends at table with us. And that's why I do believe that this week, the week of the Italian cuisine in the world, is going to have a very important, a very crucial role. We are within the EU recognized producer as first producers with 315 food products and more than 500 wines which are protected. This is absolutely important because when we want to protect products, we protect producers as well. We have worked a lot with UNESCO, together with Accademia Cucina Italiana, Artusi, and La Cucina Italiana, to bring this challenge in front of all of us, and therefore we are going to sign a new protocol with the Italian Chef Federation. I really congratulate with them a lot because they're organizing very important initiatives to promote our products and recipes. I was in Japan lately and in France as well, and I must say that yesterday at lunch and dinner, I was by the residence of our ambassador in Paris. We ate very well, and I found out that the chef is a young person, a young boy from Rome of 20 years old only. He was in Paris for an internship with his school in Rome, with another school in Paris. And after his internship, the ambassador realized that this young boy was absolutely very good. And at only 20 years old now, with a simple diploma from his high school in Italy, now he's working as a chef in the embassy, in the Italian embassy in Paris. So I believe that even for this, we should watch at our future in a different way and focus a lot on our youngest generation, because this is going to represent for us an element of great importance for quality and professionalism. So thank you very much with all my heart to the Minister of the Agriculture. Thank you also to the different representatives of the agri-industrial world in Italy that will speak afterwards after me and the Minister Lollobrigida. I thank Mr. Lollobrigida for the work he's providing together with the great synergy he has with me and the other ministers to promote our products, our agricultural products abroad. I wish to thank him because he can really promote our way of making agriculture in the world, not only to promote our products, but also the way we take care and we use the different and most difficult countries, like in Egypt, in Tunisia. The Italian techniques in agriculture are very strong and more appreciated on the international stage. So the floor to Mr. Lollobrigida, Minister of Agriculture, Food Sovereignty and Forestry. Thank you very much to the Vice Prime Minister, Mr. Tajani, and also Minister of Foreign Affairs. In his role of Vice Prime Minister, he can coordinate different ministers of this government under Mrs. Meloni government, which wants to distinguish for its synergy. We have no problems, no questions, no issues, no strategies which can be dealt only by a single ministry. Therefore, the synergy is more and more important to be more effective and useful for Italy, and not only to have a clear interlocution with the other countries. I wish to greet all the diplomatic body and all our guests and all the different interlocutors with whom we would like to interexchange information and open up our market, and therefore also to open up with our quality offer to new occasions for our companies to invest, to make a different kind of business, and grow in terms of richness with an approach that for Italy is an approach which is not only based on quantities, but only on a main element, which is recognized all over the world, which is quality. Quality is a very small country, but with a millenary history. In a small land, it could concentrate and wrap up different cultures, different religions, different experiences, even within agricultural productions and types of transformation, so that our cuisine is one of the best business card to present the offer from Italy. Of course, I wish to thank you all the producers, all the Italian producers through their associations, the media, the press, which is really doing a very important work to communicate the potentialities and qualities of our productions, to have them meet the Italians, but also all the other persons all over the world, which can therefore benefit of their information. We have two schools of thoughts, even in front of main problems of our time: the food security and the demographic growth. So these two schools speak a lot about how to deal with these things, because we want to grant food to everybody. And on the other side, somebody wants to provide good food to everybody, and that's what I sign for. Therefore, it's a pity to standardize products, to have all same products, but they cannot produce in this way the well-being that us Italians believe it's typical of our development model, a model which can be exported all over the world. That's why the Italian cuisine today can be more than just a support to our companies, a growth for culture, even for some sectors which haven't had the same history that in Italy we have metabolized all over the time. This definition can be different if we start from another example, the example of our food, which allows us to be older. Italy, after Japan, is the oldest country in the world. Scientists cannot find any difficulties to explain us all that food is one of the most important factors for our longevity. And this is something that we want to share with the rest of the world. Our food industry all all over the world is already doing this together with our chefs, because the Italian cuisine really provides benefits to health. Researchers prove that as well, saying that Italy has a specific connotation thanks to its cuisine. Pellegrino Altusi in 1891 wrote a text called The History of the Italian Cuisine, a text which is absolutely famous as soon as it was published, but it was later on republished and republished many times. It was one of the works which unified our country. Before, the Italian cuisine was segmented in the regional cuisines, but now we can see that even thanks to Mr. Artusi that we have a united cuisine, more complex, more nutritious, more useful to the full country. Through our restaurants distributed all over the world, we can also explain that the Italian cuisine is something serious, well done, according to some specific parameters and with some specific products, which are not always necessarily Italians, but many of them, as Antonio said before, show that they have a specific geographic indications so that they can tell which kind of product is that, how it was made, which kind of safety and security is linked to that product. And therefore, this is a very good, important element to promote our cuisine. This helps our producers, but also the world citizens to use these products in front of other more critical products, products which have nothing to see with our identity and sold as Italian products. Sometimes people think they buy some Italian products, but on the contrary, they buy something which is not Italian and which cannot provide any benefit to the user expectations. So thank you very much to the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs and our diplomatic body for this event, because the Italian cuisine in the embassies is now a tradition. I travel a lot in the different diplomatic branches, headquarters. Our ambassadors and Italians abroad tell us that how this event becomes more and more central to attract those who want to taste new products, meet new chefs. And each time they are surprised by all this, by the capacity of our chefs. I close with the colleague San Giuliano and the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs and Mr. Tajani. We promoted the application of the Italian cuisine at UNESCO. So I wish to thank Fondazione Artusi, the review, the magazine Cucina Italiana. We will ask for the consent to have, together with the French, Japan, and Korean cuisine, the possibility to protect this value, a value which tells perfectly that the Italian cuisine for us is not a product, is not just simply transformation. Italian cuisine is our history, our monuments, our biodiversity, of which Italy is absolutely proud of. We want to go on to tell all this, sharing our experience with you all until the end of the month of December, all over our planet. Then we will present in December the very first special mission where astronauts will eat part of the Italian cuisine in the space. Therefore, we will go beyond any kind of traditional borders, okay, because we wanted to appeal everybody so that everybody can really find the very good quality that only the Italian cuisine can give. I believe that this is a very successful event, and we are happy to cooperate with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the sensibilization of this important topic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Francesco. Thank you to the Minister of Agriculture. Now, if you have a little bit of patience, patience, we will show you a video provided by our Direction General. Please. The goal is to promote the Italian agricultural products, support the producers, to give value to an enogastronomic tourism. We speak about Mediterranean diet, healthy lifestyles. Since 2016, we have a lot of initiatives all over embassies, consulates, cultural institutions all over the world. 14 and 27 initiatives in 2022. The agro-food export in our country went over 60 billion euros. So there is a strong synergy and a great effort. And in 2024, we want to provide more space to all this through a project that we called the Cuisine at its Roots. Next edition, it's going to be next week. We'll wait for you. So let's now pass to the panel with many actors of the Italian strategy for the Italian presence all over the world for the cuisine and agriculture. We'll see Matteo Zoppas, president of the Foreign Trade Institute, Luigi Scordamaglia, CEO of Filiera Italia, Massimiliano Fonsanti from Confagricoltura. We'll also have Francesco Cognetti, oncologist, president from the Confederation of Oncologists, Cardiologists and Hematologists, who will tell us that we cannot die for a glass of wine. Maddalena Fossati, director of the magazine Cuisine Italiana. She will introduce the project Tales at the Roots to promote the agro-food industry abroad. Of course, I won't take place to all the debate, but I will sign together with Maddalena Fossati and Minister Honorable Lollobrigida the protocol for cooperation with the Italian Chefs Federations. So let's see how the video on the project for the promotion of the extra virgin olive oil and wine in Africa, realized by Directorate General for the promotion of the country's system. So, Italy. Dive deeply among the ancient roots of the millenary culture, rich in flavors and tastes. In the Italian, in the as Cato the Censor said, the politician of the ancient Rome, he was used to say that in the once you harvest the olives, we immediately need to press them and produce extra virgin olive oil. Okay. Italy is typical for oil and wine, and this is an absolutely very original cuisine, sometimes simple and poor, but absolutely original, and I'm proud to show you this recipe because, as you can see, I can use different ingredients from the Italian territory and season them all with some extra virgin olive oil. Just important to remember that you cannot warm too much extra virgin olive oil, so to allow it to melt better with the other ingredients. Just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and buon appetito. Have a good lunch. So thank you very much to all the speakers to intervene with the short presentations. So I'll pass the floor to Mr. Matteo Zoppas, President of Foreign Trade Institute, which I thank very much for his support. Thank you. Thank you very much and good afternoon. Thank you very much, and a special greet to the Vice Prime Minister and Minister of the Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Antonio Tajani, together with Francesco Lollobrigida, Minister of Agriculture. I wish to thank all the different ambassadors and consuls which are here in the structure of the MAECI, and also to the Italian chefs federations with Mr. Circello, Alessandro Circello, as a spokesman. Ministers, what we do in the Foreign Trade Institution is the promotion finalized to the foreign trade. We export, as made in Italy, about 60 billion euros of in agriculture, and 27 billion euros for food. We know that this is a very important element, and therefore this is an important amount of money determining the excellency of the Italian made in Italy in the world. As Lollobrigida and San Giuliano said, I wish to candidate the Italian cuisine as UNESCO heritage, because the Italian cuisine is one of the highway for the promotion of the Italian cuisine, giving us the possibility all over the next 2 years to tell what's the excellency in the made in Italy and bring abroad our products, the best products, touching the belly of many people, and therefore it has a very emotional contact, which we consider very important and which makes the difference under the point of view exports. Of course, the Italian cuisine, UNESCO heritage. We started together with Lollobrigida to promote it with different dinners all around the world, together with our Italian chefs, to tell even more what's the taste, what's the flavor, what's the tangible part of the Italian cuisine. So with this this initiative is not only speaking about materials, products, but also about immaterials, because as Antonio Tajani said, the Italian cuisine is the thing which can put together many people around the same table as a family, as friends, according to different traditions. And the Italian cuisine can reunite not only people, friends and family, but also a little bit all the world. We know that each country of this world, when we want to go to lunch, most people say, let's go to an Italian restaurant. And of course, in the Italian restaurants, we have very good Italian wines, which is another important component of our foreign trade, on which we work really hard to promote it even more. As Foreign Trade Institute, we tell a lot about the sustainability concept related to our food, to our biodiversity, and mainly we want to protect the identity of our products, even through activities such as protection of the products. We have a project called Track It, working through the labels of our food to understand if there is a real origin, Italian origin of some products. The main destination products for us are Germany, United States, France, United Kingdoms, and many others, actually. We know that today we push a lot towards the third world countries, because not only for the food, because we also want to implement some other technologies for cultivations and transformations, technologies which are very important to increase the qualities of these of our products, and in some other countries looking for new and innovative technologies. Therefore, I can say that the development of some areas close to Italy, such as North Africa. These areas, these regions are very important goals for us. This is just to tell you that the Italian cuisine for us is crucial, and to have a week to promote it with all the different initiatives that each together with the country system, Farnesina, therefore, and the diplomatic body all over the world are going to help us to tell one of our excellencies. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Zoppas. I just suggest you 5 minutes of interruption so that we can sign this protocol together with Mr. Lollobrigida and Mr. Alessandro Circello, the spokesman of the Italian Chefs Federation. This will take just 5 minutes, the time to sign, and then we will be back to you. So just a very short pause. Thank you very much.
Eccoci qua, abbiamo...
Okay, we're back. We signed this protocol. They don't know that I added a clause saying that the chefs has to be with us for 1 week long at home of each of us. They will see that later on when they're going to read it, to read the protocol better. Okay, that was just a joke about this secret clause. Of course, this Secretary General, who knows very well all these tricks, suggested me all this, and therefore the chefs will be not only in my house for 1 week, but in the house, in the kitchen actually of the Secretary General for 2 weeks actually. So let's wait for the others to come back in the conference room. I would say that we can start again, and before the intervention of the CEO from Filiera Italia, we'll have a video from Filiera Italia itself. Dive deeply among the ancient roots of the Migliori culture, rich in flavors and taste, a unique experience offered exclusively by the Italian territory. That's it. So to you the microphone, to you the floor, Mr. Scordamaglia. Thank you very much, and this is not just a simple way of thanking you, because as Filiera Italiana, we could create together with the ministers and the government, Farnesina Ministry and ICE and the embassy, which are the front line of all of us, a very compact system to promote the agri-food industry in Italy. This represents more than 4 million workers. And together with you, Mr. Tajani and Mr. Lollobrigida, we didn't promote products, but we promoted values, standards of quality, systems, and traditions that we shared. This was remembered by some of our missions in North Africa and in the Balkan areas. The products were presented as a result, as a consequence of value which are absolutely unique. Today, in this effort common to all of us, the launch of this week, the initiatives which have been reminded by ICE, it's important to go on working all over the world, because the crisis which is affecting some of our export markets from Germany to the US, this year we'll see a little flexion. And this flexion is going to worry us about the prices of production costs, and therefore this can cause a switch on the demand on different products which are not truly Italians. The Academy of the Italian enogastronomic culture, organized together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is going to be promoted all over the world thanks to our embassies and consulates, together with nutritionists, historians, chefs, industrials. We'll try to experiment all together some aspects and new elements which are related to oil, extra virgin olive oil, and wine. So to tell the uniqueness of our enogastronomic culture, addressed to the most important cuisine schools of international levels that we want to follow, together with the journalists, chefs, influencers, and embassies, to provide a container of identity in which we can put all the different experiences and involve in a larger engagement in the future years all over many countries, so that this will explain even better the excellency of the Made in Italy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I'm passing the floor to Massimiliano Giansanti, the president of Confagricoltura. Thank you very much to Mr. Honorable Minister Tajani and Lollobrigida. My greetings to all the different participants of this first day of the Italian Cuisine Week. For us, it's a real proud to tell you what is produced in the fields, and what is produced in the fields come to your tables. We are absolutely proud to see the attention that the market and the Italian and foreign citizens give to the Italian cuisine, because this means that we are recognized with our sacrifice, with our work, with our pain, working to bring these products on your tables. Products necessary for our country, of course, but also for the other countries as well. In all my meetings, I go on saying that in a strong country, there is a strong agriculture. If you don't have a strong agriculture, very often you don't have a strong country. So investing in agriculture means to invest on the democracy of countries, on sociability of countries. We, Italian agriculture, say that we have to go on believing on an agriculture model which is more and more sustainable, a model which can tell histories and traditions. Behind the Italian cuisine, there is all this. Our strength is history, tradition of each single territory participating in a very active way in the largest dimension represented by the Italian cuisine in the world. A cuisine made of many histories from north to south, east to west. Each region has its specialties. Mr. Tajani recalled that we have something like 900 products under a specific denomination. Lollobrigida knows what is the meaning of promoting the Italian products in the world. So thank you very much to our government. Thank you to Mr. Honorable Tajani, to Honorable Lollobrigida, to ICE, the Italian Foreign Trade Institute, because we can really do with our synergy to transmit in the world the Italian lifestyle, which is partly represented by the agri-food industry sector. Thank you very much. Before passing the floor to Professor Cognetti, a very well-known oncologist, I would like to remind you all some fights we had to fight on European level. Lollobrigida and myself, when I was European deputy, to deny a trend that somebody wanted to create, to say that some products from our agriculture are cancerogenic, mainly wine. We won some battles, others were lost. But as I was saying before, at the beginning, I said cardiologists, oncologists, they tell us that one glass of red wine at lunch and one other at dinner are not so bad. Of course, if you drink bottles of red wine, this is different. But I would like then, therefore, to listen to a physician, which I estimate a lot. And I would like to hear from him some information, exact information, granting our good cuisine, because our cuisine is healthy. So the floor to Mr. Professor Cognetti. Thank you very much. I thank you, Mr. Honorable Tajani, for this invitation to this opening. Maybe I'm one of the few physicians present in this opening, which is absolutely very important for our country. I wish to greet also Mr. Honorable Lollobrigida. I will answer the question of Minister Tajani, and you will see himself that he can come to agree with me. So the topic is the Mediterranean diet and the role of this Mediterranean diet in the promotion of health and in the prevention of many diseases, mainly the cancer diseases. My task here is quite easy, I would say, because there is a strong series of studies republished on different international journals proving the benefic, positive role of the Mediterranean diet and therefore the Italian cuisine in front of some specific diseases. What's the Mediterranean cuisine? It privileges fruits, vegetables, cereals, integral whole grain cereals, fish, more than meat. And it has a distribution of the three main carbohydrates, 50–60%, proteins mainly from vegetable origin, and 25–30% of fats with a percentage of saturated and unsaturated fats, which are absolutely important to determine an activity, an antioxidant activity and anti-inflammatory activity, so to intervene in some processes which in a very positive way can bring to the proliferation of some cells and therefore the neoplastic transformation. Now, the Mediterranean diet is able to block the angiogenesis of tumors, which is the mechanism according to which the tumor can grow and spread through the neoplastic cells within the tumor itself. So clinically speaking, the Mediterranean diet was absolutely effective in the pathology of the fat liver, non-alcoholic fat liver, and stop this pathology in some, therefore, specific agreement with the most important enologist, Riccardo Cottarella, that you all know, I guess. And I confirm what the Minister Tajani said. First of all, the difference of the alcoholic rate in some beverages and wine. In the alcoholic beverages, this rate, this percentage is much higher. And of course, according to some purists of medicines, we don't want to alert anybody, and a glass of wine at lunch and another one at dinner cannot create any problem. We are absolutely solid on this, meaning that under 16 years old should not drink any alcoholic drink. And we are solid by saying that super alcoholics should be used in a very moderate way, because the super alcoholics produced by the other countries, because in Italy we do produce mainly wine, are absolutely cancerogenic. Minister Tajani knows this because he welcomed us also when he was president of the European Parliament. As confederations of oncologists and cardiologists, we are producing a lot of studies about lifestyles. During the pandemic, we had very bad lifestyles adopted even by young persons, because we see more and more than young persons smoking. They are getting closer and closer to obesity, and therefore the OMS recommends a physical activity that young persons should practice, but which in the end are not really so practiced, because we have only 8% of young persons doing physical activities. Of course, we saw even another worsening of lifestyle, but in general, we can see that we will have more and more neoplasies in the future. 24% of the Italian population are smokers, and they increased about 800,000 units over the last 3 years. We engaged a lot in this kind of campaigns against smoking for a better lifestyle. And therefore, according to what Minister Tajani said, or Allegri, the trainer of Juventus, spoke a lot during our campaign, because young persons really rely on him more than on their own parents, on their own teachers at school. And so we used Allegri in our campaign. Our project enlarged and was exported in more than in other European countries, together with the trainers of football teams of some European clubs. And we do hope, together with the Minister of Sports and the President of CONI Malagò, we hope to be able to distribute our brochures to all the different sports associations and clubs. We are really engaged, therefore, on this front, because we want to defend some principles which are absolutely very important for us, even under the scientific point of view. Thank you very much, Mr. Professor Cognetti. You didn't reveal any secret, because we know we were expecting some secrets for the football sectors here in Italy. Now, after having heard Professor Cognetti, we'll pass to the microphone, the floor, to Alessandro Circiello, which is the spokesman of the Italian Chefs Federation. But also, I would like, before his words, to present the project Italianism in the World, made by our General Direction for the promotion of the country system, and Casa Artusi as well. Congratulations. So now the word to our big chef, Circiello. Thank you very much, Mr. Honorable Minister. It's an honor for me to be here. Thank you to Mr. Honorable Tajani, Honorable Lollobrigida. Even this year, from the 13th to the 19th of November, the Italian Chefs Federation, with all its associations in Italy and abroad as well, is ready to participate in the new edition of this Italian cuisine in the world. This is a very important moment for us, for the promotion of the Italia system promotion abroad. The Italian cuisine is made of regional products, products from the tradition. The regional cuisine has thousands and thousands of recipes. The French cuisine has many recipes, but the Italian cuisine has a biodiversity of raw materials, which is absolutely very important. And moreover, we have a variety that all the world would like to have. So thanks to the embassies, consulates, Italian culture institutes, the Italian Chefs Federation made available some chefs all over the world. This year, this week, it's even more important after the work of our institutions for the request, according to Mr. San Giuliano and Lollobrigida, to have the Italian cuisine a UNESCO heritage. Our association is strongly rooted on our territory, and we give a lot of attention to the guidelines of the enogastronomic traditions all our regions. We would like to show you all the different specificity of the Italian cuisine to promote also tourism, because many tourists come to Italy to visit museums and see the beauty of our country, but also to eat and drink a good wine. This is an action of our federation, which is going to be incremented beyond more than 120 institutions and associations in Italy and abroad, promoting abroad many initiatives in the embassies and consulates for wine tasting, training, and many showrooms to promote the Italian cuisine. We can give you many examples from China to Brazil. We sent out 200 chefs all over the Italian embassies and consulates for the Italian Cuisine Week all over the world. This year we want to defend and protect the Mediterranean diet. We are what we eat. Therefore, we have to contrast as well the Italian sounding, because when a foreign person tastes for a real Italian product, he will never forget it, and will always see the difference from a fake one. Therefore, we focus a lot on tourism to promote hospitality and enogastronomy. Today, the youngest team of the Italian Chefs Federation is the champion for the international championships of cuisines. Therefore, we have there in Japan all the youngest chefs of all over the world. So this result is absolutely important. We received this result during the press conference, and therefore this is a very good element for the future of the Italian cuisine in the world for the future years as well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, myself and Honorable Lollobrigida, we have to leave this meeting, and therefore I pass the floor for the drive of this evening to Guariglia, ambassador, who has organized many parties related to the Italian cuisine in the world. The last one was in Madrid. So thank you very much to you all for your kind attention. Okay, so we are about at the end of our meeting, but I'll ask to send out a video, the cuisine of the roots, a video which is absolutely very, very interesting. Tales of the Roots. So the Italian cuisine for me is a memory, a passion, but it's also a way to be connected with my new house, which is now America. Italy. I got to know it through the kitchen of my mother. I traveled a lot, and I'm from Rome, but for me, the Italian cuisine is unbeatable. I was born in Trieste, even if you couldn't say by my accent. My grandmother and I were used to communicate through the recipes, which kept her close to her origins, and me to her. The power of a dish. This is my favorite recipe, my favorite dish, the one my mother was used to cook for me, vitello tonné, veal with tuna sauce, which cannot even be conceived in Canada. When I cut this lasagna, I can see the Italian flag, and I could smell the amazing flavor of ricotta and spinach. I've just had lunch, but speaking about all this, I'm hungry again. Okay, so I would like to pass the floor to the last intervention, Mrs. Maddalena Fossati, director of La Cucina Italiana magazine. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to everybody. I wish to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to allow me to develop this project on the roots, on the tales of the roots. We have created a project through the recipes our Italian citizens brought with them when they left Italy by the end of the 19th centuries and later on. They took with them some recipes, products, and ingredients within their luggage, paperboard luggage. They also had the Artusi book with their recipes that they reproduced in Argentina, Chile, Brazil, United States, Australia, and mainly all over Europe. With them, there was a way of finding back your origins. Emotions, very strong emotions and feelings offered by the Italian cuisines. And these emotions can tell how the Italian cuisine is absolutely identified, as Professor Moro said from the University of Naples. The Italian cuisine is a maternal food. In this exposition, you will see some pictures about some dishes. Gnocchi from 29. Under the dish of gnocchi, you had some money, because the luckiest Italian in Argentina, they were used to invite the new immigrated Italians, putting some money under the plate, under the dish, so that that was a wish of good luck. This allowed us to look at Italy in a different way because, for instance, from this country, from Italy, we had something like 27 million inhabitants, Italians, who left Italy. Now these people are many more, about 80 million Italians, saying that Italians are not just in Italy, because Italy is a global country, and we are spread all over the world, even with our cuisine. Therefore, this week is an opportunity for social and cultural traditional development. We realized that our country could conquer the entire planet thanks to its culture, going through very often a dish of food. I wish you a good vision of the next video, and I wish you also to participate to the webinar, which are also very useful and important, because we should also recall all the people who left Italy and are now living abroad, even through their future generations. Thank you.
Grazie moltissimo.
Thank you to Mrs. Fossati. So the interventions are now over, and to wrap up, I would like to say that it was absolutely interesting to listen to you all. The Italian cuisine is promoting economy, health, and also our roots, as we have heard. It promotes the sense of origin, which is absolutely very important in these times. And that's why the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, together with the other actors engaged in this action, promoted this 8th edition of the Italian cuisine in the world. I'm certain that all our embassies all over the planet will be very active during this week to promote very nice and interesting initiatives according to the reality they are located. I'm pretty sure they will have a lot of success. Tajani, remember that I was ambassador in Spain until 8 months ago. I was in Madrid. And each year, we organize the events around the Week of the Italian Cuisine, even during the COVID years, which were absolutely very difficult years for everybody. But we organized many initiatives, among which, together with the Italian Culture Institute, the translation in Spanish language of the Artusi book, which had an incredible success. Why success? Because everybody is thirsty about Italian culture, Italian cuisine. We have Italian restaurants all over the world, so we need to promote the best ones, of course, because as the ministers said, we have also an Italian sounding, a fake Italian cuisine, which we have to fight, and we have to defend from this. Defend our quality, the quality of our products, defend our territory, as Giansanti said before. I think that this was a very nice meeting for all of us. The protocol was signed, a very important protocol which has to be respected. I wish to thank you all for your presence here today, inviting you all to a refreshment in the next room. This refreshment is organized by the chefs of the Italian Chefs Federation, and they will introduce you to the desserts of the roots, desserts which are going to be absolutely inviting for all of you. Again, I wish to thank the ministers present here, you all, the speakers, the diplomatic body who is here present, and we also want to underline the fact that we love to organize these initiatives with you all, and with the synergy and with the interaction with you all, with the different embassies present here in Rome. So thank you very much to the ambassadors and the different representatives present here today. So have a good evening and have a good tasting in the next room. Thank you.